Then the cherry tree bowed a low down, all down to the ground. And Mary, she gathered cherries while Joseph stood around. And Mary, she gathered cherries while Joseph stood around. Hey friends! For those of us here in the Northern Hemisphere, winter has arrived. The sun is hiding her face from us more and more, the weather's getting cold, the earth is getting quiet. As someone who has a hard time, mood-wise, in the winter, it doesn't surprise me that so many cultures reserve this time of year for their biggest celebrations. We feast together, we share in community, and we sing. Many of us are used to hearing Christmas carols this time of year, including those celebrity Christmas albums that will be playing in retail stores for a month straight. But today, we'll be learning the Cherry Tree Carol, a song from a much older genre of Christmas songs. This song tells an apocryphal, or non-canonical, story about the Holy Family, in which Jesus, speaking from the womb, commands a cherry tree to bow down to the Virgin Mary, and then she picks cherries. This song is just one of many popular apocryphal songs about Jesus, Mary, and the Holy Family in general that circulated during the Middle Ages, and most of these songs were popularly sung at Christmas time. You can do a deep dive with me about the fascinating history and meaning behind this song in my upcoming Songs That Speak episode coming out soon. Subscribe right now so you don't miss that episode. Today, we'll do some vocal warm-ups. I'll teach you the melody, line by line, and then we'll sing the whole song together. This episode is sponsored by my amazing patrons. You can find out more about my Patreon and how you can support my work in the notes below. And this episode is sponsored in part by the Country Dance and Song Society, or CDSS. CDSS supports people in building and sustaining vibrant communities through participatory dance, music, and song. You can find out more at cdss.org. Let's warm up a little bit. Shake your body a little bit, get the stiffness of the day out. Stretch if you can. Give yourself a big stretch. And if you can make yourself yawn, try yawning. Yeah, okay. So now take some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, and take your time. Now, let's do some lip rolls or raspberries, that noise that goes. Just do some of those for a while and let yourself wander up and down the scale. As you do this, feel how much your core is engaged. Pushing out the air through your mouth takes a lot of work, so feel that energy, feel that power. Good job. Now we're going to try and go up the scale while using those lip rolls. I'll demonstrate. Try that with me and remember how much you need your core to be engaged as you do it. I just had to remind myself. Great. Let's move up the scale. Awesome. Again. All right. Now we'll finish just by doing a few simple sirens. We're going to let our voices slide up and down the scale. Let yourself go where you want to go. And remember to let your jaw hang loose, relax, and engage that core. Bring a lot of air in. Ooh! Ooh! Thanks for doing that with me. Now let's learn our song. This song is a ballad. It's a series of verses. There's no chorus. So once you know the melody to the verse, You're set. By the way, there are many versions of this song out there, and they're all beautiful, so I encourage you to look them up. The way I'll be teaching you the song today comes from the singing of Jean Ritchie, a ballad singer from Kentucky. I'll sing the first verse for you, then break it down. Our starting note is C, and we're singing in the key of C. When Joseph were an old man, and an old man were he courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. He courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. Here's our first part. La, when Joseph were an old man. Try that with me. When Joseph were an old man. Here's our next part. It has the same note as our starting note. La, and an old man were he. Try that with me. And an old man were he. Good job. And just a note that some of the melody that I'm teaching you could be considered ornamentation. So like what I just taught you, and an old man were he. That little dip at the end is more of an aesthetic choice. You could sing it also like, and an old man were he. The way I'm teaching it to you is how I learned it from Jean Ritchie. I like the choices she made, but just so you know, you have flexibility with this song too. Okay, now let's put together what we've learned so far. Here's our starting note again. When Joseph were an old man, and an old man were he. Try that again with me. When Joseph were an old man, and an old man were he. Well done. And another note, because I'm just full of notes in this episode, you are hearing my voice do a lot of what are called vocal breaks. It's that little flip that happens when you move from your head voice to your chest voice and vice versa. Hey, that sound. That's an aesthetic choice I'm making too. You don't have to sing the song that way, and depending on your own vocal range, your voice might flip in the song naturally, or it might not. So I could sing it smoothly like this. When Joseph were an old man. That's without the vocal break, or I could sing it like this. When Joseph were an old man. Again, up to you. All right, here's the next line to our song. Long he courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. Try that with me. He courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. Well done. Here's our last line. It's basically the same as the line before, but the ending is just a little different. Long he courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. Try that with me. He courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. Good job. Let's put those last two lines together. Long he courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. He courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. Well done. Now let's review that whole first verse together. Here's our starting note again. When Joseph were an old man, and an old man were he courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. He courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. Now that you've got the melody, let's sing through the whole song. You can use the lyrics in the notes below to help. I know you'll be spending a lot more time in the future actually memorizing this song, but use this as an opportunity to feel how the words flow over the notes. Now, this song, like many ballads, can be sung without a set rhythm. You can lengthen certain lines, shorten certain lines, you can add ornaments, whatever you artistically want to do. That's also useful because, like many ballads, this song sometimes has more lyrics on a line than the melody is set up for. So, for example, I might sing, "Said let the father of the baby," as opposed to, "Let the father of the baby," because that said is in there. We have an extra word, a little longer than what the melody is set up for. This is very common in balladry, but since we aren't actually singing with a set rhythm, it's very easy to accommodate that extra word. We'll sing our song now, and I'll be accompanying our singing on the Shruti box. If you liked this episode, please like and subscribe. Happy solstice, and until next time, be well and sing on. When Joseph were an old man, and an old man were he courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. He courted the Virgin Mary and the Queen of Galilee. When Mary and Joseph were a-walking one day, here are apples and cherries, so fair to behold. Here are apples and cherries, so fair to behold. Then Mary said to Joseph, unto Joseph said she, go and gather me some cherries, for I am with child. Go and gather me some cherries, for I am with child. Then Joseph flew in angry, and in angry flew he, said, let the father of the baby gather cherries for you. Said, let the father of the baby gather cherries for you. Then up spoke Lord Jesus from his mother's womb. Bow low, low, cherry tree, bow you low down to the ground. Bow low, low, cherry tree, bow you low down to the ground. Then the cherry tree bowed low down, all down to the ground. And Mary, she gathered cherries, while Joseph stood around. And Mary, she gathered cherries, while Joseph stood around. Then Joseph took Mary, all on his right knee, says, tell me, pretty baby, when your birthday will be. Says, tell me, pretty baby, when your birthday will be. On the 6th day of of January, my birthday will be, when the stars and the elements all tremble with glee, when the stars and the elements all tremble with glee.